Hello everyone, this is Own Wall Street with thetradersperspective.com doing my weekend edition of my bi-weekly video updates. Before you have crude oil on the weekly time frame. And what I'm kind of looking at here is, oil made a nice run this past week, trying to push back up higher to get back above this previous weekly uptrend line here, and it's met with resistance again, and ended up closing pretty solid, almost overtaking this entire candlestick from last week. So very impressive, but I'm not exactly sold on exactly what the next move is going to be for oil. As far as making a new high, as far, on next week's candlestick making a new high, getting back above this trend line, or getting it back above this resistance at around 47. So dropping back to this daily time frame just to kind of see things on a lower level here. I mentioned earlier in the week here that I anticipated that oil would continue to fall lower. That is not the case. It seemed to have rejected going under. This was the previous downtrend line here, and so it ended up catching support around this 43.70 level, and then bouncing back up to this previous resistance here near this previous uptrend line, excuse me, and this previous resistance identified at the 50 period simple moving average. So although oil did end up closing pretty strong towards the end of the week here, we haven't exactly gotten over these barriers yet. So in the meantime, I'm going to be staying out and away from oil and just kind of watching and seeing what happens. But again, looking at this 4-hour time frame and zooming out a little bit, you can see here that we have kind of seen this 200 act as the resistance. Now we're above it and we've tested it, and again, this is what we're looking at as far as the previous weekly uptrend line here, and then we have resistance at around 47.20. So there could be a little bit more upside here. Could see maybe a test of this 47.12. Then it's going to be a case of whether or not we can maintain this level. I'm still not 100% sold on this yet. I still think that we're going to see oil reverse and go back down. We do not have a 50 crossing the 200 yet, so that is not a case for the bulls yet. So if anything, it's just been all about the draws, and everybody's been kind of avoiding and ignoring the elephant in the room, which is that production globally for oil output has been ramped up significantly. So for oil to continue this rise, I think is unsubstantiated, and I do see that there will be some kind of a reversal for oil to come back down, and I still think that we're going to see lows near the 40s in no time at all, just a matter of when. So for right now, I am just I'm leaning towards bearish. However, I am waiting for a confirmation for me to take a trade on this. I thought we were going to see some further downside here, so glad I didn't take a position. But towards the end, like I said, we did rise up and continue to trend up higher. So it's going to be an interesting first half of the week next week to see exactly what happens with the price of oil. But for right now, I'm saying that we could see a little bit further of a push to about that 47.12 level. Looking back on this hourly time frame, you can see that we're kind of having this bull action take place. So we might see a double top at around like 47.12 or so, and then if we fail to maintain this uptrend line here, then it'll be a quick shot back down. I don't think that it'll even take that long, and we'll see how things go. But on the hourly time frame, we do have the 50 crossing the 200, which is good for the bulls, and technically speaking, we should definitely approach up to this 47.12 level or so, and then it's going to be a matter of can we maintain this you know previous uptrend line here, which was our support line. So it's acting as resistance, and I'm going to jump back to this weekly time frame real quick just to give you an idea of what we're looking at. So zooming in much closer, you can see exactly what's happening here, and my moving average is also acting as now resistance. Previously, when price is above, it acts as support, and when price action is below the green line, it acts as resistance. So that is also what I'm seeing here. So I personally am staying out of this situation. I don't really like the look of it. So we may see a little bit more upside, possibly even starting the week with a gap up, and then look for that 47.12 level. And then by that time, probably Wednesday, I will be updating you all on what I believe is going to be the next steps for oil and the direction that we're going. But overall, still see it just a little bit more upside for the bulls. And then if we maintain this uptrend line next week, and this trend line here is what I'm referring to, then it's going to be possible for possible push up higher to this trend line here located around 49.80 or so, or 49.90. per barrel for the price of oil. So I'm not saying that necessarily we're going to go up there. I'm just saying that these are the levels of concern. Right now, the big elephant in the room is going to be, can we get above this weekly uptrend line here and maintain the price action above it? I'm on Wall Street. This has been a presentation of the tradersperspective.com. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a wonderful weekend.